Columbia volunteers traded their Saturday plans for a stint behind bars, all inside the historic dungeon beneath the Columbia Market House. Fox 43's Tyler Poglet shows us how a lockup from the 1800s is getting a second life in 2026.
It's a dungeon, it's haunted, and it looks like it. But before it became the setting for a fundraiser, the space served a much different purpose.
It was built in 1836. It was built as a market, a town hall, a school, and a jail.
Beneath the market house sits a nearly 200-year-old holding cell where prisoners were kept temporarily before being transported to Lancaster County Prison, and historians say conditions were brutal.
Well, they were horrible conditions. You weren't fed well.
Each cell was designed for just one person, equipped with a bunk and 2 buckets. But records show that wasn't always the reality.
I have newspaper accounts showing where 17 vagrants were placed in one cell one night. So you can imagine the smell from about 1 bucket to urinate in. You got 17 men.
In 1896, a health inspector called for the dungeon to be shut down, but it remained in use until 1928. Now, nearly a century later, the space is finding new life through a fundraiser called Jail and Bail.
So I thought, wouldn't that be cool to do that in the dungeons? Lock up people for, an hour, raise money, see how much they can raise in an hour, and then let them out.
Community members volunteer to spend an hour being behind bars, raising at least $100 to support restoration efforts.
It means much more. People who donated today are going to think back once this is completed and restored. They're going to think back and say, hey, I had a part in that.
The goal? Preserve a piece of Columbia's past and eventually open the dungeon as a self-guided historic tour.
It's part of history. It's part of Columbia's history. And again, almost 200 years old, to me, it's worth saving.
During Saturday's event, organizers raised $4,300 for the restoration project. They hope to host more fundraisers in the months ahead, turning this once-forgotten dungeon into a place the community can learn for generations to come. Tyler Poglet, Fox 43 News.